Hello viewers, welcome in another episode. Today will be special, very special, maybe move parking mat, very special episode and you will know soon why. About very special car, about Le Mans 24-hour race, and I was planning to do video about this car and drivers behind it and history behind it for long time, but then I was gathering more material, and recently, because Robert Kubica, Polish driver, was one of 3 drivers in Ferrari, not Porsche. Ferrari 499P, who won that race. I decided, to celebrate this, I will make video with very interesting story about winners of 1979 Le Mans race, brother Whittingtons and Klaus Ludwig. Klaus Ludwig, he appeared, was mentioned in other episodes. That's not his first appearance on my channel, but brother Whittingtons, that's something different. First car we will see, this is Majorette in 1/62 scale. It's part of that Porsche edition from Majorette. I will just show shortly the other 4 models. It's not bad model, for a cheap model. I would say it's quite good representation. The biggest issue are those air inlets. They are completely incorrect. There is no 2 small ones. There is one bigger. But other than that, it's not too bad. And then we can open front compartment, which is not bonnet because engine is in the back. And the Porsche 935 K3, because that's what we are looking at, was the first rear engine car which won Le Mans. The wheels are quite similar to original ones, but there are some issues. Still, this is very cheap. I would call it mainline Majorette, so we shouldn't expect much more. The next model, that's different case. We have Tarmac XO Collab Porsche 935 K3, 24 of Le Mans, 1979 winner. I will talk about model a little bit later. It's 2336, so probably one of the last ones. I will talk a little bit about history of Porsche 935 because I think it's important, and I will be showing you this model. I will even change magnification to 3. And I will talk about history, and then I will talk a little bit about model itself. In 1976, Porsche introduced Porsche 935. The first Porsche 935 from 76 was not looking like this one at all. It was looking like regular 911, 930. And then they changed it in 93576 to that slant nose. Then there was 93577 and 77A. 77 was Team Factory car, the Porsche team, and 77.8 was sold for private customers. And I will mention one of those soon because it was second. And there is a really interesting history behind it as well. And then there is like 935K family made by Kremer Racing. Was K1. More popular was K2. Sorry, I need to straighten antenna a little bit. And this K3. 77A and K3 were powered by 3-liter twin turbo flat 6. Both were, you know, that slant nose. And this car won. In 1979 we have drivers Don Bill Whittington and Klaus Ludwig. Klaus Ludwig was a Kremer Racing driver, but this car is Kremer Racing, but it's not really. But I will tell you when I will present another one of those. Now we can talk about car itself. As you can see, this is fantastic car. Okay, it's 164, so we can see some simplification, like, you know, this is decals, not 3D. Same with those pins, but wiper blade, that's separate piece. We have seat with seat belts. The lights are very, very good, very close to how it looked. Wheels are very realistic, but I have some issue with those, especially about front ones, because the rear ones are exactly as they should be, with those yellow gold elements. We have mirror, which is painted with something silver. We have antenna, plenty of details, safety cage, antenna. Rear is amazing. I think the rear is one of the best, like two of the best, we will see. But there are some things which, because this is 1/64 scale, we won't see here, and we will see in one of the other models. Yes, there is not even third one, there will be more. But the, you know, the exhaust system, that towing eye, looks fantastic. So let's show you third of those 935 K3, number 41, winner of the 1979 Le Mans. This is from the newspaper. I bought it, of course, on Vinted France, because that's the best source. And look, this is picture from the magazine attached to this model. We can see rear wheel with those gold elements, but the front one not so. It looks more like black with some gold nut here. You can see that air inlet, which is nice in this tarmac, but it's just decal. There is more photos of this car. Again, front look black, rear gold elements. And there will be another photo, because, you know, if we are looking at this car and we have some photos, why not? So this is magazine model. Front wheel looks okay, rear wheel, it's too simplified. Then front lights are terrible. You know, that piece of plastic there, it's not good at all. They should just, you know, even if they should paint some dot behind and then glue it, it would be better. Details wise, it's not as good as tarmac, but still it's not bad. You know that it's painted, it's not decal. If it's a decal, it's strange color, it's not shiny as those decals. Those decals are more shiny. Here I think it's really painted. Rear, it's not bad, but again, tarmac in my opinion is much better, and I think you will agree with this. You know, tarmac did really good job here. But tarmac is more expensive than this one, and including, you know, problems with how to make such tiny details in small car are really serious. You can see there is some interior details as well, but it's not like it's fantastic, but at least there is something. So this is third model, that's 143. I will tell you story, you know, why this is such unusual car and why I told you it's not exactly Kremer racing car. Because brothers Whittingtons, they are from a family with racing history. Their father was racing driver. Not only they were racing since they were kids, they were even competing against each other, and they tried to start in Le Mans before, but it wasn't as successful. They didn't even finish it. So they decided, you know, that they will go with Kremer Racing, but they were thinking, oh, listen, we are paying for using their car, being part of that crew, but what happened if Klaus Ludwig will start that race, then car will break down, and we pay so much money, and we will not even drive it. You know, it's not so great perspective. But if we start, not Klaus Ludwig, then there is bigger chance at least each of us will drive, and that money will be spent better. So they went to Manfred Kremer and they asked him, Manfred, listen, we want to change things. We want to be driver who will be first and second, and then Klaus Ludwig. So Manfred Kremer was like, no way, you know that this is our team car, we are deciding. So the brothers asked him, but what if we would buy this car? If you will buy this car, Kremer was still thinking, you know, they are joking. Then you can decide, you know, whoever will be driving in which order, you know, that's up to you. So how much you want for this car? Kremer, still thinking they are joking, told $200,000, which was crazy money. It was money, you know, it was really overpriced. You know, the car wasn't worth that much, but Kremer just gave them figure to get rid of them and their demands. So they left and they came back with luggage loaded with plenty of US dollars notes. Kremer's wife was counting it for hours. There was exactly $200,000. And you think, you know, no, probably they were so rich they could afford it. Yes, they were rich, but it wasn't strictly legal how they obtained that money, because they were they build business around smuggling with marijuana. They owned racetrack in Florida, if my memory is correct, and there was the longest straight then on for if you compare to other US tracks, and there was some planes landing there, not like big planes, passenger planes. No, it was like some Cessnas or something similar. 2 or 3 were flying in a very tight formation, then 1 or 2 landed, 1 was circling above, and then the 2 which unloaded which took off, joint formation, they flew away, and that was part of that business. So it's unusual, it's strange, but that's how they got that money, that's how they bought this car. But I have another one to present to you. It will be 143 as well. It's very similar to magazine one, but it's CMR, classic model replicas, 143. It's nice model, it's better than the magazine one, but it's still not as good as tarmac. And the price is very similar, so if you are looking for nice model of 935 K3 number 41, go for tarmac. But there is a little bit of diorama. You can see wheels are similar to magazine one. The lights are much better, way better. We got proper lights, we got similar details inside, similar details in the back. Those cars are very similar, and the magazine one, it will cost you now, because that's people like this 41, and demand is quite high, so you need to think about buying this one, because probably it will cost you close to what you will pay for this one. And this one is a little bit better, even if you look at those side inlets on the top. There should be no air inlet here, but at least lights are okay. Still, I would stick to tarmac. And I will put those together, and before I will show you the final one, I will tell you more about that race, because that race is very interesting. So we know Klaus Ludwig and brothers Weddington won, but it is really interesting who was second, because that race was, there was more than just one surprise. Second place, I told you it will be another 935 77.8. It was number 70, red one, from Dick Barbour Racing. Dick Barbour, I think I mentioned him as well. And it was driven by Dick Barbour himself, by Rolf Stommelen. That's the driver who finished that race, and Paul Newman. Yes, that Paul Newman, one of the greatest actors of all time. He was fantastic, great race driver, and some people were joking, at some point he was more racing driver than actor, but it looks he was great driver and great actor. That's perfect combination for me. And there is interesting story behind that second place as well. They lost when they finished, they were 7 laps behind 41, and it wasn't easy, like second place, because they were very, very close to not finishing that race at all. They had some issues, and at the end there was a problem with misfiring, so they weren't sure if they will be able to finish that race. So Rolf Stommelen did something very, very clever. He stopped car on the side of the track very close to finishing line, and he was waiting for number 41 to finish last lap, and then he slowly crossed that line. So engine, to finish it, the engine had to be running, he played it safe. He knew he won't be able to win that race. He knew there is high risk of them not finishing it. So they got that clever idea, and they were second. And to add something better, Porsche they used 2 new, much more powerful and faster prototypes. Neither of those finished race. And then it was problem with weather. It was lashing. So, it wasn't easy to race in such conditions. But thanks to this, we have this fantastic story, and we will have one more car to see. Just give me a little bit time, because I need to move those cars, because the other car, that's a big surprise. This is Solido model 1/18 scale. I just remove it from the bottom. It's cardboard, it's not really stamped. As you can see, it's very detailed. It's not like some resin cars, but it is detailed, I won't lie. And now I will tell you a story about the car itself after race, because you know that car still exists, and the owner is Bruce Meyer. Bruce Meyer wasn't the person who bought it from brother Whittingtons. They, law enforcement finally caught with them. They were persecuted. They spent some time behind bars, but they decided this car is so precious, they don't want it to be seized, so they donated it to museum. It spent like 30 years in museum. Then Mr. Meyer got it. It was he gave another legendary car. He thought like it was a little bit more expensive, more complicated, but he got this car. Brother Whittingtons, they tried to get back this car when they left prison in 2004, when the car was still owned by museum. It was ruled no, they won't get it back. But that's not the end of funny stories about Porsche 935 K3 number 41. Because imagine, it's the year 2014. Those government-looking SUVs are coming to property of Mr. Meyer. They are lads with DEA badges, with guns, and they inform Mr. Meyer, listen, first owners in US of this car bought it using money from drug dealing, So we are seizing this car, and they seized that car. They towed it. Mr. Mayer was sad, and then he discovered it's not true. It was just prank. Those agents weren't DA agents, they were just actors. So that's the last story about this car, but now we can look at this car and I can talk a little bit about it. As you can see, it's more detailed than tarmac, but in some areas not so much. Like exhaust, I think tarmac is better as well. With wheels, I think it's like a compromise. Front wheel is better in this one, wheel one is better in tarmac. Other than that, this is much more detailed. Look at this front light. Look at those details of locking mechanism, those latches. Even here, look. That's not just paint or decal, those are real elements. Some are part of the casting because this is die cast, this isn't resin. Some are separate plastic. There is no antenna. I think antenna is still in a box and I need to look for it. Then, I showed you Porsche in 118 recently, where front wheels were not connected to steering wheel. Here, those are connected. We have many more details than even in tarmac, including, look, those indicators. The car itself, it was sold for twice of the price of tarmac. I bought it on Vinted France. Again, vive la France! I think some of, at least one of my viewers will be happy because of that. I bought it cheaper. It was 30 something euro, which I think is good price for this one. In the rear we have no towing eye. The exhaust is black, but we have extra lights, and look, this is separate element as well. We have here plastic element. Mirrors are real mirrors, and there is something else. Just give me couple seconds because it's not so easy to open it and I don't want to break anything. Okay, look, you see, we can see interior. I can again put it to higher magnification. Look at that steering wheel. We have two fire extinguishers, we have safety cage, we have proper dashboard. We have 3 pedals, which are very simplified, but we got those. We should have somewhere. Oh, there it is. I will open from the other side as well. I can use screwdriver because my fingers are not long enough. So you can see more details of this car. I will close doors, look even at those door handles, they are fantastic. So I will present it, close out in 3 times magnification, and I will tell you about other models of this Porsche, because that's not that's all I own. There is fantastic 143 Spark model. Maybe one day I will find it at good price, because now the cheapest I've seen it's still above 80 euro. which I think probably it's worth that much, but it's not a price I'm willing to pay. I'm a very patient person. I can wait a little bit longer. Look, there are even closing elements there, latches. Then there is a Top Marquee 1/18 scale resin model, which is all models I presented today. I will switch to one time magnification. All models I showed today will be worth less than half what people are asking for that 1/18 Top Marquee model. And I think, you know, it's worth as well, because, you know, it's very detailed, it's resin, it's low production series, very limited, so I understand amount of work, effort, preparing was huge. I will now set all those beside so we can look at those. Why I will be talking about one more model of Porsche in 41 Le Mans 1979 Le Mans winner. It's another Solido, but it's it looks more like regular Porsche because it's just that livery on RWB 911. Looks great, but it's more like, you know, in memory of fantastic car, which is still fantastic. And if I will see it, even at similar price as this one, probably I will buy it. Because, you know, if you have 5 of those, if you love that story, then why not? Then, if you are interested, there are 3 red number 70s cars I'm aware of. That one is modern replica by Hot Wheels, the mainline number 70. It's not proper, but you know, that's the cheapest one and the easiest one to get. Then it's Solido one in 143, which is very simplified. It's much worse than any of those. And I seen one more in 143 scale, which is a little bit better, close to those ones, you know, especially the newspaper one. They are cheap. For the price of tarmac, I can get 3 of those, so probably I will get those, and maybe I will make a short episode or maybe short with those, because I like this story, I like those cars, so follow up, you know, building something on it, that's a great thing. But that's all for today. Tell me what you think about this story, what you think about those Porsches, and you know, I hope you will have cars which you will be as passionate about as I am about those. As usual, all the best for all of you.